Here we go for another edition of Jofo in the Ring. And yes, my name is Frank Jofo, and we have a special interview here. The tag team champions of the IWS, 650 plus days. They are the XCW champions as well. They will be defending these titles this Saturday against TDT and a ladder wars match. Let me introduce to you the tag team champions, Karl Jepson and Jeremy Prophet. What's going on, guys?
I'm good.
I'm doing great as always. You know, I'm glad to be here and to not actually have to host. I can sit back and get interviewed. You know, I think I'm one of the few two-time guests here on Jofo, so glad to be making history as I always do. Two-time guest for a two-time tag team champion, two-time IWS world champion too. But this one's special because I get to share it with my man Karl over here.
Yeah.
And we've been doing a lot of good business together, and you know that.
Of course. And this Saturday, there's the big match, the rematch versus TDT. What are you guys looking forward to this Saturday? What's the strategy going into this match?
Well, look, man, the strategy is always the same. With TDT, like I said, I know the blueprint. I'm the guy who put them together. Pretty much, I'm their daddy and they're my children, and I proved that the two times that we faced them. You know, you can show people the footage. You know, we faced them the first time, December 2019, just before the pandemic hit, and you know, we put them through doors. We hit our double team finisher on them, embarrassed them, made them look foolish, but there was a bit of controversy. Then IWS comes back. We're in the co-main event. We had to set the record straight, and that's what we did. We handed them a sound defeat. We're one of the only teams, probably the only team, to beat them 2 shows in a row, and it was a changing of the guard because, let's face it, they have been dominating. They've been running roughshod all over the tag team division. They were the tag team division. Keyword being were. We went in there, and we exposed what we did. Beat them twice, took the championships, took the majority of their fan base, and they had to, unfortunately, not be gentlemen we were and not show good sportsmanship. We offered them a handshake like men. They decided to be cowards and jump us afterwards because they knew that was the only way they could justify getting another opportunity. Let's face it, they lost twice. There's no disputing it. They had to attack us and give management a reason to give them another title shot because management wants them on top. Let's face it, TDT, they're a good tag team. They're known all throughout the country. They probably hate the fact, it sticks in their craw that we beat them so badly and embarrass them, so they have to find a way to give them another title shot. If he and I were to lose the tag titles, you know we're not getting 2-3 rematches.
That's what I was gonna say, because now that these rematches are coming out of nowhere here, and now this ladder wars match should end this rivalry for good. But let's just to say that if you guys do lose this match, is there a rematch in the future? Because
no, there's probably no rematch because, look, let's face it, we've had to fight all kinds of things our entire career. This guy was setting up a ring when I first noticed him. And this is, you know, he's a guy I trained years ago. He's near and dear to my heart. He's like family. And this guy was setting up a ring for this company when realistically he could have been a champion like that. But unfortunately, things don't come easy to us. You know, we don't have the matchmakers and all these people on our side, the sponsors, the TV networks. We actually had to fight an uphill battle against all the odds that were not in our favor, and we still won. As far as I'm concerned, with TDT, this is over. This shouldn't even be happening, but it's okay because we beat them once, we beat them twice, we'll beat them again, and then what are they going to do from there? They ain't going to jump us from behind because they'll be lucky if they're still standing by the time that match is over. But when it comes down to it, they've used every opportunity. They've had rematch after rematch and lost and lost and lost. They have everything to lose in this match. We have nothing to lose. This guy could be IWS world champion anytime he wants. You know, I could be IWS world champion anytime. I've handed Mike Bailey more defeats than anybody on this roster. I smacked him around like he was a defenseless, armless child. You know, couldn't do anything to defend against me. So when it comes down to it, either of us could be champion. We could be Canadian champion. We are tag team champions. Our future is bright. Win, lose, or draw. TDT, all they are is a tag team. That's all they are.
That's it.
They're just a tag team. Quite frankly, an overrated tag team who have not had to face this combination of power and athleticism, not to mention charisma and good looks. They've not had to face anyone on this kind of a level. So basically, when it comes down to it, yeah, the company may want them on top, but it don't matter what the company thinks. It doesn't matter what the people think. It doesn't matter what the sponsors, the TV networks. What matters is what you do in that ring from bell to bell. And when the bell has sounded and the match is over, it will be, and still, your IWS Tag Team Champions, Black Quebecois, the Big Black Beast, Karl Jepson, and yours truly, Black Dynamite, Jeremy Prophet.
What's going on, Karl?
I talked
I just
a
want
lot.
to say something. I just want to. Well, can I speak in French?
Tu peux parler en français, c'est pas le problème.
We'll give you subtitles.
Parfait.
There you go.
Mais je voudrais revenir sur le fait qu'on n'aurait pas de autre chance si jamais on perd le 16. Mais si jamais c'est le cas, qu'on perd, même si le management ne nous donne pas une autre chance, c'est pas grave parce que nous autres, on va y aller la chercher la bête, tu comprends? On n'a pas besoin du management to get our bet back, you know?
Yeah. Basically, what he's saying is it doesn't matter if they give us a rematch, which again, we're talking in the positive here. So
yes.
A rematch, that's, you know, let's face it, anything can happen. You know, if I'm not expecting it and you throw your best punch, whatever, maybe you could knock me out. I've never been knocked out in my life, but I've also, you know, never been sucker punched, you know, by someone unscrupulous and whatnot. Anyone can slip on a banana peel. Anyone can climb to the top rope and maybe they slip and fall and then they're paralyzed. They're in a coma. Who knows what could happen? Anything could go wrong. Anyone can beat anyone on any given day. That's just the wrestling business. That's the fight game. But let's say we do lose. We don't need the immediate rematch. We never ask for anything. We don't ask for any preferential treatment. We know that you know, white privilege has never been something that's been a part of either of our careers. In fact, quite the opposite. And so when it comes down to it, we take what we want. We make sure that the opportunities are earned and are deserved. And I think that's why the people are getting on the bandwagon, because they know we're willing to put in the work day in, day out. Every time you see Black Quebecois, you see Karl Jepson, Jeremy Prophet, whether in singles, whether in tag team action, you know you're getting your money's worth.
To me, it seems like IWS is lacking in the tag team division to give you guys some competition here, because now they're having this four-way tag team turmoil match to have a number one contender. But other than that, you're fighting the same team again. So
on était supposé d'avoir Mustache Mountain almost a year and 6 months ago, but the pandemic hit. But ils sont les bienvenus de venir nous affronter s'ils veulent. Je veux dire, on va se battre contre n'importe quel tag team qu'il faut, puis les belts ils vont rester sur nos épaules. Tu comprends?
Yeah. Yeah, you could say, because what he's saying is we were supposed to face Mustache Mountain. It was actually going to be a triple threat ladder match, if I'm not mistaken, with Mustache Mountain, TDT.
Before the pandemic?
And the reigning IWS Tag Team Champions, Black Quebecois. Unfortunately, the pandemic hit, but who knows? It could be pandemic. It could be, you know, travel issues. It could be WWE pulling some strings. You know, there's a lot there because they're part of NXT UK.
Of course, yeah.
Or maybe it could be the fact that maybe they saw the match I had with Pete Dunne. They saw how I smacked his little butch lesbian-looking ass around, and maybe they got a little bit scared. Who knows?
but to me, I think they need more competition in IWS. You guys are at the top of the ladder. You're at the top of the ladder in a lot of companies now. So where's the competition? We need competition. And if there's anybody out there that wants to face the Black Quebecois, step up and let's go. Let's have this fight, because I think you guys need competition in IWS. So
I welcome competition, but let's face it, there are a lot of guys who are scared to get in the ring with Karl and I. You know, you can, I don't want to name names, but I could name a hell of a lot of names. A lot of guys in IWS, a lot of guys in XZW. You know, Karl, you know there's a lot of guys out there, they're scared to fight me and you.
Yeah. J'ai justement reçu un texte hier. Il y a un gars qui a envoyé un vocal, puis le dude, il me l'a envoyé, puis il dit Karl Jepson, c'est une bonne affaire qu'il fait de notre bord parce que le dude, c'est un monstre, c'est un tueur, puis je veux pas l'avoir contre moi, tu comprends?
Yeah. Basically, he said he got a voicemail from someone saying, hey, you know, I'm glad you're on my side because Karl Jepson, he's a monster. He's a killer. I don't want to face that guy. Have you seen this guy? Have you seen him chop somebody?
I've seen him chop somebody, but one thing I haven't seen is Karl in a singles match. Is there a disadvantage of having somebody like that in your corner, Jeremy, or are you guys is everything okay on your side?
Oh, whether it be singles, whether it be tag, we're both very accomplished singles wrestlers. We both have won singles championships. I mean, my reputation speaks for itself. Any of the people that watch Jofo, they know what I'm all about. But this guy is just as dangerous in the ring. When you're that big, this man is 6'4". This man was at one point over 300 pounds. I think now he's trimmed down to maybe around 270 or so. But
exactly,
still,
man.
that means he's leaner and it means he's meaner. And when you see him come off the top rope, your jaw will drop as quickly as he will drop and squash that opponent, and nobody gets up after the Karl Jepson splash.
What do you guys call that finishing move that off the top rope? If you don't mind me asking.
You mean our double team finisher?
Your double team
Doomsday.
finisher. The Doomsday device?
It's similar to a Doomsday. I've been coming up with a few names for it. I kind of was thinking, being that we're the Black Quebecois, maybe we could call it the referendum.
Ooh.
You know, there's one that the people in Quebec might get. A lot of different names I thought of for it, but I think referendum might be what we're sticking with for that. Because if done right, it can easily separate a man's head from his body.
I like that, man. I like that, man. That's pretty cool, man.
But getting back to your question about competition, I welcome competition. I would fight any tag team in Quebec, but let's just face it, they're a bunch of cowards. Really, I mean, if you're listening to this, hey, you want a shot at Black Quebecois, IWS, XZW, any of these places, man, I'll give a shot to anybody. I've never backed out of a fight. I've never pulled out of a match with anybody, nor has this man. So if there are any teams that think that they are up to par to facing the best, to facing the measuring stick when it comes to Quebec tag team wrestling, I welcome it. It could be anyone from across Canada, anywhere. Anyone can get these hands. Anyone can get this smoke, because where there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm going to leave them in a burn barrel in pieces if they decide to step to me.
Karl, like that one, eh? Because that's the truth, man. And you know what? He speaks the truth, you know, and it shows in the ring, and it shows right here with all the gold here. But speaking of gold, I was looking on the internet, and I don't know if this is true, but C4 Championship Wrestling, their tag team champions are the TDT Tabarnak De Team.
Okay.
What is it going to take for them to put the titles on the line over there now?
How
many chances are you going to give them for the IWS titles, and they're not going to give you a chance?
Well, look, we could play this game of hyping up things that may or may not happen. But you know, I am the harbinger of truth, so I speak the truth. I don't wrestle for C4. I wouldn't mind wrestling for C4. But when it comes down to it, this involves contacting them, saying, hey, you know, we'd like to do this match. Seeing if TDT wants to do it, seeing if we have to maybe face some teams, work our way up, because nothing should be given.
Of course.
You know, like I said, you know, white privilege has never applied to me and this man. We work for things that we get. And that's why the fans respect us. So whether it be C4, whether it be any other company, you know, I know the owner of C4 very well. I've just never decided to contact them and say, hey, you know, maybe we could do some good business together. That's the truth of the matter. It's not a case of ducking. TDT clearly has no problems fighting us. Maybe they have a problem with us taking championships from them, but the people certainly love seeing those matches.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And I was going to ask you, Karl, I know you're a tag team champion right now. Is there any ambitions to go for the IWS World title one day?
Yeah. Pour vrai, oui. Je me battrais contre n'importe qui pour gagner la World title, en effet.
Yeah.
Mais
make a great champion.
Yeah.
Je pense que mon focus live, c'est de battre n'importe quelle équipe qui veut nous affronter pour le World Tag Team Champion. De prouver qu'on est capable de battre n'importe quelle équipe. Puis après ça, quand on va avoir prouvé ça, mais là, on va pouvoir aller sur la World Title, you know?
So he basically doesn't want to rush things. He says, you know, he wants to first prove himself, prove that we're the best tag team, which we're well on our way to doing. And then from there, we can see where things go. The way I see this, you see a lot of times with tag teams where the two of them will have success as a tag team.
Yep.
And then maybe things start to not go that well, kind of like TDT in this moment. And then for better or for worse, the two end up going their separate ways. The way I see it, he and I, we could go our separate ways, but, you know, he's always going to be someone that I'm going to have his back, and I know he's always going to have mine because I've had his back since day one. I saw this guy, biggest guy in the audience in Thetford Mines, Quebec, and, you know, said to him, man, you should be wrestling. I'm training some guys. You should be in there. And he showed up to the school. I showed him the basics and stuff. You know, we kind of lost touch. And then lo and behold, years later, I see this guy dominating the scene, one of the most promising up and coming talents, had a couple of matches with him myself. And then he's there at IWS. And I just couldn't understand why you have this monster of a man, this amazing talent. Why he's setting up your ring. setting up your ring like he's a, you know,
fighting in the ring.
Exactly. So that's when I went to management and I said, this guy should be on the show. You got to do something about this. He could eat these guys alive. You got these champions, you got these little Kevin Blanchards, you got these Matt Angels. This guy could blow on them and they'd end up 3 provinces across the country. Okay. This guy, if he hit one of them, their ancestors would turn in their graves. That's how dangerous this man is. He should be in the ring. And then, like every good plan, like everything I speak into existence, it came to happen. Me and him as a team, tag team champions.
Tag team champions, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It just goes to show the hard work does pay off, as we can see here, and obviously yourself, Karl. But this coming weekend, is there going to be what is a ladder wars match?
What is a ladder war match?
Karl,
that is a great question. Honestly,
has there ever been a ladder wars match? That's the first question I should have asked.
No, I honestly, again, I'm the harbinger of truth. So basically, I think it's going to be a ladder match. They just wanted to give it a name that was, you know, kind of fancy and prestigious. But definitely, there's going to be a lot of violence. There's going to be ladders. That's what the IWS is all about. Don't let the fact that there are a lot of very soft wrestlers on the roster now fool you. Okay, you know, the 4 of us, regardless of my personal feelings for TDT, those are 2 very tough individuals.
Yes.
You know, I've known Thomas Dubois, one half of TDT. I've known him almost my entire career. We both started with Jacques ROUGEAU, and I can tell you, he is one of the toughest people in and out of the ring that I've ever been in there with. He's tough. He's durable. And believe me,
100%.
Yeah, when we get in there, we go to war, he and I. So maybe that's where the war comes from, because we're just 2 teams going in there, button heads, doing everything we can to be victorious. And that's why the matches have been so spectacular. But when it comes down to it, I got to say, I think we got the advantage, because I've been in a hell of a lot of ladder matches. I'm the most athletic person in there. All he's got to do, my partner, is get that ladder set up. And if it comes down to it, I can get up that ladder faster than any of those guys. And I can fly off the top of that ladder better than any of them too. So I think the advantage is with the Black Quebecois.
Are we going to see that finishing move off the ladder this Saturday? Or that'd be very interesting to see.
It'd be a nice idea.
It could. Maybe you'll see it through a table. Who knows?
Speaking about the Jacques ROUGEAU and Lutte Academy, if it came down to it, 1-on-1, Karl Jepson versus Jeremy Prophet. What's the outcome here? What would happen?
Oh, we've had a couple matches in the past, he and I.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Look, sometimes when the money is right, when there's a lot on the line, even friends have to do battle. I fought with a lot of guys. You saw me, you know, when I beat Mike Bailey there in Kingston.
Eddie as well.
And Sexy Eddie. These are guys who are friends of mine. I have respect for them, but business is business. This is the fight game. So sometimes you end up having to fight your friends. But just imagine, you've seen what I do to guys who are my friends, guys like Bailey, like Eddie. I'm responsible for why Eddie continuously wakes up with memory loss and shakes. You know, I've beaten Mike Bailey more than anybody here in Quebec, and I like those guys. Now, TDT, I actually don't like them. So imagine what I'm going to do when I have the opportunity to fight them with no rules, with ladders, with weapons at my disposal, and with all kinds of weapons. But the biggest weapon of all is the big black beast who's watching my back.
Karl.
Honnêtement, ça va être le fun, ça. No rules, ladder, weapons.
I think that's the way to go, because the last match did get out of hand with the tables and everything, and even the pulling you out of the ring when you had the 1, 2, 3. I think you guys had the match won right there. But I think there has to be no rules there, and I think this is a picture perfect match to end this rivalry. And I think you guys are going to be coming out on top. So we'll see.
I don't see any other outcome. Like I said, anyone can slip on a banana peel. Anything can go wrong anytime. However, the logical conclusion to all of this is us walking out as champions and still, and quite frankly, whoever wins that fatal 4-way #1 contenders match, which to me, I don't really care, because that match is filled with a bunch of curtain jerkers that couldn't lace either of our boots on their best day. And that goes for every single freaking person in that match. Neither of them could ever step up and be even 1 iota of the team that we are, let alone the individual talent that we possess. So no matter who it is, they can all get it. I look forward to doing that. I look forward to changing people's careers when they step in the ring with me. You know, taking them off that trajectory where they're going somewhere to now they're hurt, they're injured, their confidence is destroyed. Just like we did to TDT. You know, it ain't personal. It's just business. But hey, I want to get paid the big bucks.
Business is business, but I'm going to tell you something right now. if you guys do beat TDT, I think the rivalry is over and there's nothing to prove anymore against TDT. And to me, if I'm looking at that fatal four-way tag team match for the number one contendership, I think the team of Zach Patterson and Frankie the Mobster, or Frankie the Beast King, if you want to call him, are the fan favorites, and I think the favorites on my side. What do you guys think about that team?
Je veux dire, on l'a dit tantôt, je veux dire, on peut affronter n'importe quelle équipe, Mustache Mountain, nomme-les les équipes. Puis Zach puis Frankie peuvent venir nous essayer de prendre nos belts. Puis on va se battre pour ça. C'est simple, n'importe quelle équipe.
Oh, that's it.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I know that you haven't been following the company that long, but you got to a certain extent, call yourself out on the fact that you're dreaming in Technicolor a little bit there. You know, Frankie, he's accomplished a lot when he was in his prime. He's well past his prime right now. He can call himself a Beast King, but he don't measure up as any kind of beast to the big black beast, let alone to Black Dynamite.
You got me there.
You know, Zach, the kid's still green. The kid's still wet behind the ears. Fact is, you know, he's had, what, less than 10 matches? You know how many matches I've had? I've had over 1,000. I've won most of them. This guy decimates everyone he's in there with. I'd be surprised if they could even survive 2 chops from each of us. You know, that'd be such a not to say a night off, because you can't discount anyone, and I'm going in there and it's kill or be killed. But the fact is, I'm not worried about that team. They haven't even been a team. You know, you need synergy. You need cohesion. You need those kinds of things to be successful in tag team wrestling. It's like, yeah, those guys might be good friends outside the ring and whatever, but I look at them and I'm like, hey, I look at us and what do they do that's better than us? They don't look better than us. No. They don't talk better than us. They don't fly better than us. They don't hit as hard as us. And most important of all, they're not as smart as us either. Okay. People call me the total package for a reason. That's because I bring it all to the table. Find me one metric that they do, one thing they can do other than maybe be able to have a white baby. Find me one thing that they do that we can't do better. And that's the truth.
You know what? That is the truth. But it just goes to show how IWS is growing now. But the pandemic isn't over, but I'm saying that the quarantines are over and everything. There's going to be a big crowd. Everybody's going to be excited to see the Black Quebecois beat TDT one more time. But what's next for the Black Quebecois after this event?
I can tell you what I think should be next.
Okay.
I think we get all the gold. We get all the gold. That's plain and simple. Either one of us could easily take out Kevin Blanchard.
Oh, wow.
You know, this is not even, it goes without question.
No.
One of us gets the Canadian title. The other one takes out Bailey, which either of us could easily do that. And then we have all the gold. And then we actually set a good message, a good precedence for people in the audience, young people of color, that they can see people that look like them as champions reigning over the company, that we can inspire the next generation of great black wrestlers from here in Quebec. Hence why we're the Black Quebecois. This isn't a gimmick. Well, this isn't some kind of funny thing. I'm very happy to be black. You know, I didn't choose to be black, but you know what? Like I always say, if I could choose to be black, I would still choose to be black because I'm proud of who I am, just as much as we're proud to be Quebecois, okay? I'm proud of my Quebecois side. He's proud to have been born in this wonderful province that we have here. Very proud of it, hence why we have the flag. So we're here to unify and inspire, and that's what this tag team title reign means. It means that those people can see us and say, hey, I can do this. I'm going to be a wrestler. I'm going to be a champion. When we're fighting in there, we're fighting for a better tomorrow for all those people. It isn't just wins, losses, money, all that kind of stuff, entertainment. No, we're fighting to unify. We're fighting to bring people together and to show people that the way things have been is not the way it's always going to be. I'm proud to blaze that trail, and I couldn't be prouder than to have this man by my side as we do it together.
It's well said. In the future, is there ever a chance that there could be a Black Quebecois faction, that you could bring in more wrestlers into your Black Quebecois team, your faction?
Of course.
On avait déjà Giovanni.
Yeah, we had.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Giovanni was already a part of it. We had Jude was also a part of it.
Okay.
Look, Black Quebecois, we're an inclusive group, and it's not even just a black thing. Yeah. It's open to anybody. Basically, you know, you want to be a part of it. You know, you wear the shirt. You're a part of the group. It's open to all wrestlers of all colors. You can be native, you can be Asian, you can be Indian, you could be white. Look, Black Quebecois, we're an inclusive group, and that's the basis behind it, is that we are Quebec. Just like the shirt says, Quebec is us. Okay, we haven't been recognized, but we're just as Quebec as anyone. So it's not about being black, it's about being Quebecois, and that is the purpose of Black Quebecois, to unify people of all colors. Proud to be Quebec.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Karl?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say something.
No.
He's just there looking good, looking sexy.
And another thing, your entrance music. Where did that all come up to be with your entrance music? Because I love that song from Marty Ray Project.
Yeah, no, Marty Ray Project, fantastic music. I came up with it. You know, he probably didn't even know the name of the song, but
Haunted.
I came up with it. It's a great song. It's got a good vibe to it, and it speaks to our message and to our cause. Great song. It's I get complimented at tons of shows for how great the song is, and everyone wants to know what is that song. I just got a good taste in music. I think I've always come out to good entrance music, so that's going to be our song the entire time we're on this crusade. Because, like its song says, we're fighting for a better tomorrow. That's what it's all about.
Okay, is there with this match? Obviously, it's a hardcore match. So are we going to be seeing? We're going to be seeing things on the outside, in the stands, up on the balcony. Because what I've seen throughout the years at IWS, people jumping off the balcony and everything. Is something like that going to happen at this event on this Saturday?
Tout peut arriver. Honnêtement, tout.
Anything.
Samedi, tout peut arriver. Honnêtement, tout peut arriver.
Like you said, anything can happen. I mean, an ideal night for me would be to just walk in there, you know, me and him kick them both in the nuts, crack them across the teeth, climb up the ladder, take the belt, and then hit up the after party. But unfortunately, you know, we got to take into account the talent of our opponents. So it may end up going a little longer than that. Who knows? There might be blood. There might be injuries. God forbid, you know, 16 years never being hurt. Hopefully this isn't the day that happens. But, you know, I'm always willing to put my body on the line. And by the grace of God, I've been pretty indestructible. So.
Is there a tag team right now in professional wrestling that you guys would love to fight besides Mustache Mountain, but to fight right now that's fighting in WWE, AEW, Impact, etc., Ring of Honor? Is there somebody you guys want to really wrestle right now to say, hey, we are the best?
The tag team of Evil Uno and Stu Grayson.
Yeah, I mean, I've fought Uno a couple of times. I never fought Stu Grayson. But
have you fought in 2.0 as well, right?
I fought Uno. I fought 2.0. Okay. You know, anyone who's come through Canada, especially through Quebec, any of the top teams, those guys, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that'd be fairly competitive.
Me personally, seeing you guys fight the TDT. TDT's already fought Young Bucks. I'd love to see you guys give a beating. I mean, a fight. The Young Bucks one day in an IWS.
Oh no! It would be a beating.
It would be
that's
a
for sure.
Beating and a half. That's for sure.
That's for sure. They would be, beat the brakes off those two kids. It's all good. You know, no disrespect. It's just business. But there's a lot of teams. Hell, you know, I hear my good buddy, you know, Shane Taylor, love him to death.
Yeah.
I think that if we had like a Canadian branch of Shane Taylor Promotions, it'd probably be something a lot similar to Black Quebecois. But like I said, I like to test my skills against the best. I believe that in Ring of Honor, Shane Taylor Promotions, they're the best. So, you know, maybe we find a third guy, we challenge the 6-man titles. But unfortunately, due to the logistics of the United States, of work visas, of all those kinds of things, it's very hard to make that match happen over there, especially with the fact that Ring of Honor is at this point, I think, you know, almost a month away from having no Canadians on their roster. So the likelihood of that happening, not that likely. But, you know, shout out to my boy Shane Taylor. You say nobody ever calls you out. I just as much love to work alongside you as I would like to test my skills along with my man against you and your boys in Shane Taylor Promotions. But he knows what's up. He knows we could do some good stuff together. I just wish Ring of Honor would get on the boat and also support us.
That would be great. We've had Shane Taylor on the show as well. If you've interviewed him, it was a great interview. Go check that out on our YouTube channel.
Hey, he's one of the best. No doubt.
I would love to see that. And if it came down to it, if it was a trios match, who would be your third man for your team if you had to pick a third man?
Well, Giovanni's been our third man.
Okay.
He's the third man. He's still part of the game. You know, he might even show up this Saturday. Who knows? He's still one of our brothers. So when it comes down to it, you know, we don't kick people out of Black Quebecois. We're growing all the time.
You said it before. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. You know what? I believe you because IWS, when I went to that event, anything could have happened and everything did happen. And I was excited to see you guys win your championships once again, to hold your championships. But honestly, I gotta say, the team of sexy animals, Sexy Eddie, the animal, they are coming up the ranks here, and they have a chance to beat the curriculum But it's not for the tag team titles, bro. You guys, maybe one day we could see this tag match happen in the IWS.
Like I said, I was on that interview there with Kyle. We talked to Sexy Animals. I got respect for Sexy Eddie. I got respect for Bob Anger. But when it comes down to it, we don't duck anybody. That's the mark of being a champion. There are guys in that locker room that have ducked me like the plague because they're scared, because they know that their hype will just disappear once they step in the ring with me. Everyone's a G until a real G steps into the room, until someone can come in and damage your reputation. And worse than that, more than them being afraid of being in the ring with me, they're afraid of me being on this microphone and talking about them. Because believe me, when I talk about somebody on this microphone, ain't nobody going to look at them the same when I'm done with them. Ain't nobody going to pay their hard-earned money to watch them wrestle when I expose the truth. So there are tons of guys who duck me, and I know there are guys who duck him. So when it comes down to it, being a champion means you fight everybody in front of you. Means that we're going to be tag team champions. We're going to be tag team champions for a long time. And I don't care if we have to start lapping guys, if we have to start beating guys that we already beat over and over and over. They are all going to get it. You know, some people, believe it or not, some people do want the smoke. But believe me, nobody wants the fire. And we are ready to burn that place to the ground with whoever steps in the ring with us.
I love that enthusiasm, man. And I can't wait for this Saturday. Can you tell everybody where they could find you, Karl, on social media?
On Twitter, it's KJepson93. On Twitter, same thing, KJepson93. And I don't have a Facebook account yet, but I should start one.
You should start one. And you know what? I know who has a Facebook account. This man right here, Jeremy. I love this spiel. Where can we find you on social media?
Well, you can find me all over social media. Like I said, I've embraced the power of social media to connect with my fan base and let the world know that you have one of the best talents. In fact, two of the best talents on this entire planet just waiting to be discovered. So all you scouts, all you morons out there who don't realize that there is great talent in Canada, you need look no further than the two handsome gentlemen. And I don't mean me and Frank over here. I mean me and the big black beast. Know that you got great, outstanding talent.
Guys, TikTok. I do have a TikTok, but I haven't posted any videos yet. Should I post videos?
Of course. You know what? I'll send you a couple of videos from your match from the IWS if you want. I'll send it to you on your DMs.
Yeah.
See, what people don't know is, believe it or not, you know, out in the ring, you know, this guy's a killer. Outside the ring, he's a pretty funny guy. not to give people too much of a look behind the curtain.
I'm funny, but I can be a killer too. Even outside the ring.
When you have to be, right? Obviously.
People think I'm funny. He's a funny guy outside the ring. But getting back to social media, you all know where you can find me. You can find me on Twitter at Jeremy Prophet. Take the time. Go on there. Give me a follow. I want more followers. What's wrong with you people? Why wouldn't you want to follow me? I'm damn near immaculate. You can find me on Instagram at The Real Jeremy Prophet. And you can find me on Facebook. Just look up Jeremy Prophet. Got a great fan page on there. Pretty interactive. And also, you can go on YouTube to the Jofo in the Ring channel, which I hope you guys already subscribe to. If you don't, just take the 2 freaking minutes and do it. And Karl, you had better subscribe to the Jofo channel if you don't subscribe to it now.
I'll do it.
He said he'll do it. Good. So,
of course, go
continue. Yeah. So basically, that's where you can find us. And I also encourage you to check out the IWS. They got a great YouTube page themselves, so go on there, subscribe. You'll see some stuff of us, not as much as I would like, but definitely they should be adding more in the near future. Since we're doing a lot to promote for them, the least they could do is put some of that great content, that award-winning, career-launching content on YouTube. Let the people see what's going on, because the world is craving that IWS hardcore action. And with that said, I think that, you know, Saturday at Mtelus, once all the dust is settled,
the main event.
In the main event, we will be standing there victorious, sending a good positive message to everybody out there. And it don't matter who the next challengers are. We will face every challenge with integrity, with honor, and with aggression, because we are fighting for a better cause, for a better tomorrow, for everybody in the world of professional wrestling here in Canada and Quebec.
I can't wait to see you guys defend these titles once again, and obviously win once again against TDT. Karl, it's been an honor and a privilege, and I can't wait to see you in the ring once again this Saturday, Mtelus Arena, TDT versus the Tag Team Champions. Oh, I can't wait to see it. And everybody out there, subscribe to Jofo in the Ring. And remember, wrestling is life.